verbatim. Bound, Episode 2, Scene 1, The Dream of Flame. Into Volcano Ridge, dreamscape, dusk bleeding into night. The air wavers with heat. Everything feels muffled, distant, like the world's wrapped in smoke. Riot, early 20s, lean and defiant, scrambles up the rocky edge of a glowing volcano. His sacred armor is scorched and dented. He's dragging a cracked shield and coughing blood. He's exhausted, staggering himself. Almost there. He collapses to one knee, gasping. Behind him, a massive Constellation Bear emerges from the haze. Its starlit fur shimmers with celestial energy. It growls, a low, bone-deep sound. Riot stands, barely. He braces for impact. You again. A sudden crack echoes behind him. Move. Late teens, furious and fierce, charges forward. Her three-headed warhammer slams into the earth, sending a shockwave through the lava-cracked stone. The bear staggers. Riot, little late for dramatic entrances. Was gonna let you have your hero moment. Then you started choking on your own ego. Another bear roars in the distance. They exchange a glance, no more talk. They fight back to back, fluid, practiced, raw. Riot blocks. Kalm strikes. He ducks. She swings. One Constellation Bear is knocked into a pit. Another lunges and Riot meets it with a blade to the ribs. The last one crashes down in slow motion, lava sparks flying as Kalm leaps and hammers it straight into the stone. It's over. Both of them are scorched, bruised, panting. Behind them, the flame flower blooms, rising from the magma in a burst of orange and blue light. Ethereal, radiating heat and silence. We did it. Riot. No. You did it. Shut up. It was both of us. Right. Thanks, Kalm. She turns, surprised. You've never said my name like that. Because I was afraid you'd earned it more than me. They stand in silence, shoulder to shoulder, staring at the bloom. A rumble tears through the dream. In family campground. Soft firelight flickers on stone walls. The camp is calm, tents pitched, armor laid out, food simmering nearby. Riot twitches in his sleep, face creased with stress. Then a voice. Riot. He stirs again. Hey, Riot. Wake up. He gasps and sits up, eyes wide, breath catching. Bad dream, Flame Boy? Bound, Episode 2, Scene 2. Morning in the Mirror Realm. Family camp, Mirror Realm, early morning. Smoke from last night's fires rises gently into a colorless sky. The terrain sparkles faintly underfoot, like someone scattered crushed mirror dust over volcanic stone. Riot sleeps under a battered tarp, curled slightly, brows knotted. He twitches now and then, fighting ghosts, maybe still trapped in the dream. A low clanking rhythm cuts through the morning stillness. Sits nearby, cross-legged, oiling her massive three-headed warhammer with slow, careful strokes. One head is chipped. She hums a tune, softly, off-key, but oddly calming. Calm. You're gonna shine again, ugly. Don't let him say I don't take care of you. She leans forward, inspects the gear teeth near the base of the middle head, smirks at a spot of dried bear fur stuck in it. Hey, Riot. You drool in your sleep now, or is the lava just getting sentimental? What time is it? Mirror o'clock. No hands, no numbers, just vibes. He groans and rolls upright, rubbing his face. His movements are stiff. His hair is matted with sweat and ash. He looks around like he's hoping it was all a dream, but the smell of oiled weaponry, burning roots, and scorched leather says otherwise. Across the camp, Grandpa Fury stands shirtless, attempting to squeeze into a bizarrely tight tunic that ends halfway down his belly. His arms shimmer with mirror realm distortion, as if reflections ripple just beneath the skin. His torso, meanwhile, looks like it could wrestle a mountain lion and win again. Fury. Perfect fit. It's a child's size. I was a child once. Not since the glaciers melted. Riot slowly gets to his feet. He watches the others with quiet detachment. Still processing. Still unsure of where his pride ends and his guilt begins. How long was I out? Couple hours. Maybe more. The meteorats only come out after sundown. Village has got time. Rest while you can. Your bones don't forget the armor. No, they don't. A sudden slither snap catches his attention. From behind a jagged rock, Great Aunt Glad appears. Or rather, she glides, with a massive emerald snake coiled around her leg like a living boot. Its tongue flickers lazily as if just now waking up too. She looks oddly cheerful. Her eyes are bright. There's a little skip in her step, if you can call what she does stepping. You look glad. Well, they don't call me Aunt Glad for nothing. She's sipping something thick and green from a glass vial with zero explanation. Her cloak is layered in tattered lace, charms, and things that might have once been alive. That wasn't a dream. You said her name in your sleep. That's the first time since you were 12. Riot stiffens. Kalm smirks without looking up. First off, we haven't seen either of you since before I was 12. Why were you listening to me sleep? Gly listened to everything. Don't be flattered. It's a curse. You did say my name. Full sentence and everything. I almost cried. I did cry. That's why I'm in this shirt. Riot cracks a weak smile. The banter slowly pulls him back to Earth. The strange camp feels like home for a split second. You want us to start calling you Grandpa again, or is that still banned? Depends. You offering alternatives? I could call you Mirror Meat or Old Flame. What about your name anyway? Anyone still remember it? Fury. That's a title, not a name. I earned it. Glad. You named yourself after you punched a lightning deer. It wasn't punching it, it was catching it that was impressive. And I'd do it again. A quiet pause. Riot looks from face to face. For the first time in a long time, the weight in his chest lifts just a little. Then, gong gong. A deep metallic bell tolls in the distance, reverberating through the realm like it's being struck from inside the sky itself. Everyone freezes. Town bell. Glad, already bored again. So much for dessert? Gear up. If the rats made it past the ridgeline, they'll hit the village by dusk. Let's go then. He stands fully now, no longer lost in the dream. Still bruised, still unsure, but awake. Last hours before light. Let me know if you'd like this Absolutely. Here it is verbatim. Bound, last hours before light. XT edge of the village, pre-dawn, just before sunrise. Kalm and Riot still fight back-to-back in a glowing ring of scorched earth. The flaming meteorats circle them like wolves, snarling, twitching, embers falling off their fur like dying fireworks. Both siblings are filthy, bruised, bleeding in places they haven't even noticed yet, but still standing. Yelling over the hissing rats. Think we're out of clever one-liners? No, but we're definitely out of upper body strength. A rat charges straight at Riot. He lifts his shield too slow. Slag! Metal on Meteor? Clang! A whirlwind of rusted steel and fire crashes through the battlefield like a riot chariot. It's Grandpa Fury, half naked, strapped between two massive chained tractor tires. Like a post-apocalyptic war god, his shimmered arms glint as he spins like a wrecking ball, the tires with giant chains. He's rolling over meteorites like a monster truck in a traffic jam. Fury! Get off my lawn, you sizzling possums! He crashes into a cluster of meteorites, pulping them into smoking streaks against the rock. One tire snaps loose, keeps rolling, takes out a dozen more as it rolls off in the distance. He then starts swinging in a circle on his heels, holding the chain still connected to one tire, turning into a spinning tornado of fury, Grandpa, and rubber. The ant. A sharp wind cuts through the chaos. The battlefield sighs. From above, Glad descends like a spider on silk. No, like a haunted wind chime made of judgment and poison. She floats down with her snake coiled tight around both legs now, twisting midair like a muscle rope. In one hand, a long lacquered parasol that opens with a snap, blocking fire, redirecting projectiles. In the other, an old copper bell, but when she rings it, the sound doesn't come out right. It vibrates your spine, your teeth, and your soul. The Meteorats freeze. Their ears twitch. Several fall over, completely still. You should have stayed in the sky, vermin. Earth has standards. The remaining Meteorats begin to scatter in pure animal panic, trampling each other and adding to the chaos of their retreat. The sun rises. A thin line of golden light cracks across the mountain ridge. The sun peeks over the realm, and just like that, the last of the Meteorats flee back into the mirror shadows, dragging trails of flame and panic behind them. Silence falls. 4 figures stand among the wreckage. Kalm, leaning on her hammer, wheezing. Riot, blood-soaked and grinning like a lunatic. Fury, panting between the now dented tire and snapped chain. Sipping from the same mysterious green vial, untouched. With her snake on the ground, unable to move from all the weight of meteorats in its stomach. The light hits them all, reflecting off shattered armor, scorched metal, snake scales, and the shimmer of survival. We are never doing that again. A long pause. Then they glance at each other. You copied me. You copied me. You both copied me. I said that in the Swamp Wars of '88. That was this morning when you lost me in cards, and you still owe me. And Grandpa, you stole those tires from the village barn. The townspeople weren't using them. To calm. Deadpan. If I die tomorrow, please tell people I died surrounded by idiots. Noted. They all collapse where they stand and one by one start bursting out in uncontrollable laughter. Absolutely. Here's your full script, verbatim, as requested. Bound, Episode 2, Final Scene, Feast Day. Ext Village Square, Night, Feast Banquet. The village has pulled out everything. Tables stretch across the old stone square, mismatched chairs dragged from every home. Floating lanterns drift above, tethered by thread-thin light vines that pulse with a soft glow. Children chase after floating sparks that pop like bubbles when touched. Every building is draped in woven banners and smoke-stained silks pulled from storage for hero-worthy occasions. People from every edge of the region have gathered. Farmers, merchants, barkeeps, even the mushroom hermit from the East Woods who usually only appears for eclipses and carrot wine. Plates are piled high. Roasted root beasts, flame fruit skewers, spicy pond wings with emerald sauce. More food than anyone's seen in a season. Riot sits at the head table, wrapped in bandages, a little smug, completely surrounded by 3 women from the bathhouse. And then he lifted me and Nara both when the tower was falling. Like scooped us. I told you his arms weren't just decorative. I don't even remember that part. Bathhouse 3. That's what makes it hotter. They're feeding him slices of grilled peach and arguing over who gets to clean his shield later. Kalm, at the other end of the hero table, sits with her arms crossed and a diplomatic smile plastered on her face as the village bard breathes his entire soul at her. And then you leapt, 3-headed hammer blazing like a goddess of controlled violence. I'm calling it the Ballad of Kalm the Tempest. Or wait, the calm before the slam. Sounds creative. Oh. Or hammer and glow, because the rats, they glowed. I noticed. You don't mind if I describe you as wildflower cruel, do you? That feels incorrect in multiple directions. Everyone's going to know if you're here with them in beauty. Across the square, Grandpa Fury is shirtless, again, and currently in the middle of a handstand drinking contest with 6 men from the village militia. He's not only winning, he's doing push-ups between sips. Switching to one hand or the other, and I swear I saw him do a spin on his pointer finger. What is this? A challenge? Or am I just scratching my back with your dignity? He's not human. Not anymore. I drank humanity 2 pints ago. Aunt Glad is calmly perched on a rock beside a low fire pit, helping her snake shed its skin. The translucent layer peels like ghost silk. She's humming, smearing thick green paste across the snake's gleaming new body. What does that smell? Glad. A mix of sulfur balm and rendered rat marrow. He earned it. Disgusting. Effective. Only the best for my little sneaky. She seems to be pulling at the snakeskin that's still attached, helping it along. Shh. Shh. Appreciate it. Privileger gossip. Newsbreak style. I heard they defeated the Constellation Bears during a mudslide. No. Volcano. What protecting a delicate flower? That old man, he's not real. I saw him melt a tire and wear it. The ant floats. I swear I saw her float. I spilled soup, and she didn't touch the ground. That boy Riot? I used to babysit him. He cried during thunder. Now he makes the thunder cry. Did you hear? He slept through half the war. And the bathhouse. Still got 3 girlfriends out of it. Riot raises a mug to the town that cooks better than it panics, and somehow survived both us and the rats. Still upside down, and lost to me in drinking. To weird family. Best kind. Riot leans toward Kalm. You were kinda epic today. You were kinda tolerable. Sis, they clink mugs. A floating lantern pops above them. Laughter, warmth, and ridiculousness hang in the air like confetti.